Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. This is organizational culture and how it can be used to reduce corruption. I was introducing this a few hours ago on what exactly what actually makes reference to organizational culture, and I've said organizational culture simply refers to shared values, beliefs, norms, behaviors, practices that characterize a particular workplace or a particular organization behavior. How do employees behave in that particular organization? All right. At its core is the company culture, reflecting the company's history and leadership style and values. What is it that company has allowed these employees to do and behave in a particular manner? Now, let me go further and tell you something. Let me look at how do we do things here in this organization. How do we handle our procurement? What is the leadership of the organization on matters corruption eradication in procurement, for example? How do we deal with matters HR? What is the leadership motivation towards HR and recruitment policy of that organization? In certain institutions, you are told, yes, you get pre-qualified into the system, but if you want to do business in that organization, you must get to know somebody from within. So you find there are certain people, after being pre-qualified or being listed in the organizational website or organizational system, they must be known. And knowing people within the organization is getting to all their hands, give them something. Ask them to help you get business into that organization. All right? That also goes to recruitment. You have an online recruitment process, but it has some interventions, human intervention behind it. You want to get recruited in that organization, you must be known by somebody else from within. So somebody must hold your hand. All right? From the look of it, you need not to be known by anybody. All right? But then the people who are within the institution, who are doing business in the organization, they will tell you, no. Did you know somebody there? You say, no. It's the culture, it's the custom of that organization that you must be known by somebody from within so that you can be able to be helped, to be able to be supported to get business into the organization. That is now what we are making reference to organizational culture. Now, the culture of the organization may be of corrupt. That if you want to do business, you must oil somebody's hands. You must bribe somebody in order to do business in that organization. All right? Somebody must hold your hand. That is now the culture of the organization. And unfortunately, or fortunately, the stakeholders do know that. And they're the ones who tell each other, you know what? If you want to do business in that organization, you must have somebody hold your hand. Yes. When they advertise for recruitment to recruit employees, have you talked to people within HR? No. Oh, you will not get any response. Really? But they have said it's online. No. You must get somebody from within. Now, that is what we are talking about. The culture is different from what is written. It's a written rule. It's a written practice. That is how they do things. How do they welcome their visitors? It's not written. It's not indicated anywhere. It is a special way on how they handle. The leadership style has motivated employees to behave in a particular manner. Has instilled a certain culture within the organization that this is how things must be done. If you go there with your rules and regulations, you know very well, I am from the governance side, I'm from the anti-corruption background, so I don't want anything to do with corruption. You are told, this is not how we do things here. We do things different. I remember some years back, almost 20 years, 27, 20 years, I got into employment in one institution, and I discovered that people could apply for overtime and they don't do overtime. But I know the rules of engagement is that when you apply for overtime, you must be there to do the overtime and get paid. So I become a little bit hard on my staff, and one staff simply told me, that is not how we do things here. It's not necessary that when I apply for overtime, I should come for overtime. You are just making things very hard for us. You came here and you will just leave us here. All right, that is exactly the words the junior officer told me. A clear indication that the way they practiced things at that time is not the way I thought they were supposed to be doing things. The culture was not what was actually written. It was the unwritten practice that was guiding majorly what the staff were indicating, were doing. That also relates to corruption. One employee simply took interest that he's going for duty travel, and he didn't go. So when he came back, and I wanted to get a report from him, he told me he didn't go. I said, how come you didn't go and you took money, and you even took money to go for your upkeep in Kisumu? And he told me, I will account for it, don't worry about it. I will get you the report. But you didn't go. He told me that that's not how we do things here. I got to understand that that particular organizational culture was different from what is actually written. And that is actually the major problem that is affecting institutions in our East Africa organizations. We have institutions that have institutionalized corruption as a culture within that organization. And that's what we are talking here. We want to reduce corruption in our businesses, in our organizations. We must deal with the culture of corruption and get rid of it and set the institutions for better businesses, for service delivery, for improved productivity. Thank you so much. Welcome back to the next session as we tackle about organizational culture and how we can change it to reduce corruption in our institutions.